the cost of university has soared. Tuition fees have trebled from £3,000 to £9,000 per year.
You pay 9% of everything you earn above 21
We
grand.
all think there's a gun to our head that if you don't go to college, you have no other alternatives in life, and which is just not true.
With the way that higher education is currently going, university is almost expected of everybody leaving sixth form or college. Although that is all well and good, I sometimes think to myself, is university actually worth it? Especially with the rise in tuition fees and all of the money that will be spent going to university and the debt that you're going to cause yourself. Is university actually worth it? Is it going to benefit me, or am I just going to come out of university in the same position with no job, but just with the difference of having a £50,000 debt on my back? Being in the position of going to university or not going to university, I took it upon myself to find out if university really is worth it. I interviewed 4 people with different experiences of university, and I asked them what their opinion was on this matter.
Loan debt crisis.
Hi, my name's Daniel Arkell and I'm doing film production at Southampton Solent University.
My name's Emma Pickett and I'm currently studying the HND in Business at Wiltshire College in Chippenham.
Hi, I'm Jess. I'm at the University of Gloucestershire, the Cheltenham campus of Francis Close Hall, and I study English literature.
My name's Simon Weintraub. I'm Programme Leader for the TV and Film courses here at Wiltshire College in Trowbridge. I went to university in Manchester Metropolitan University between 2003 and 2006, where I studied a joint honours degree in American Studies and Film and TV Studies.
The big thing that we all have to ask ourselves before deciding to go to university is what it actually offers us and how it's going to benefit our future.
What university offered me in terms of getting a job was it gave me a degree qualification, which at the time, sort of 10 years ago, put me at least on a level, if not ahead of a lot of the applicants, and certainly was exactly the minimum of what I needed to get the type of job that I was trying to do.
So at university, our lecturers have a lot of connections with the industry. So after finishing uni, they'll be able to help us look for jobs. And if I didn't know these people that had these connections, I wouldn't really know where to start. So it's sort of getting my foot in the door with it, really.
I think it might be harder to find a job not going to uni, but then again you always hear about people that have got a degree level qualification or got they're graduates and they're still not in a job that they want. So I think it swings around about, so you don't necessarily have an advantage over someone with a degree because people still aren't finding jobs. I think it's the way you address yourself, the way you go out after jobs is how you get a job, really. I think, but doing a higher education course, I think you have to take it upon yourself to find the job you want.
Money, student finance, loans, tuition fees, £9,000, debt. Should all of these factors be the reason we decide not to go to university?
Face an average £53,000 worth of debt just to get a degree.
You start to repay, once you graduate, earn above £21,000, and you repay 9% of everything you earn above 21 grand.
I think it's certainly still worth going to university despite the increase in fees. I think people don't understand is that it's not about the fees, because they always come in alone. It's about how you're going to pay them back. And the deal in terms of paying them back is much better than the deal when I went to university. So for instance, I went to university now, doing my job in 10 years' time, I'd actually be much wealthier than I am right now because I'd be paying less back, and only for a shorter period. So I don't think people should be scared off by the fees or frightened off by the fees, because ultimately it'll just be a very tiny pay cut when you do get the job that you want. In terms of that life experience, the people you meet, gaining the qualifications to have the life that you want and the career that you want, you can't really put a price on any of those things. So all of those things are worth the investment.
I definitely think university is worth the money that we spend, because this spending it's going to be for a while yet, not until I'm earning a certain amount of money, which I find really good. And when I earn that money, it's only a small portion. Like it would be like taking it like a phone bill coming out. It's not much, and for the experience I've already had, like, it's so worth it.
If you love your degree, yes, university is worth the money. If you are going to university because you think that you don't want to be stuck at home or stuck in your hometown, like in a job that maybe you demand. Like, if that's the reason you're going to university, I think that's the wrong reason. I think you should only go to university if you 100% are in love with your degree. I don't know, I'm struggling financially, and this, because I took a year out, I was used to like making lots of money and stuff and having lots of money to spend, and then literally I've moved here and my loan from government doesn't cover my accommodation, so I actually have no maintenance loan to live on at all. It all goes on my accommodation, and even then I have to put my own money into the accommodation as well. So I've really struggled like with food, like buying food and stuff.
A lot of people forget to consider other forms of higher education when they leave school or college. The majority of people feel as if they have to go to university, and so they don't explore other alternatives.
What I'm currently doing is actually a lot better than university, because we have a really small group, so we get a lot of one-on-one tutoring, which is so helpful when we're doing assignments, because you can literally spend half an hour with your teacher just going through everything, making sure everything's fine, whereas if you were in a massive lecture hall you would definitely not be getting that. Also, what I'm doing is so much cheaper than going to uni. Obviously I don't have the expenses of living somewhere else, I'm living from home, and I'm just having to pay for commuting, which is like petrol money every couple of weeks. And the course is only £4,500 instead of £9,000, which obviously works out better. And it's over 2 years, so that's £9,000 for the 2 years. And then even if I did decide to do a top-up year, it would still work out cheaper. So everything, even though I'd still get a full degree, it would still be cheaper than going to university.
I think in terms of university versus apprenticeships, I think really that depends on the industry you're going into. I think if you're going into a trade, you want to be a carpenter, you want to be a mechanic or an electrician. Absolutely, apprenticeships are really, really good because you're getting on-the-job training, you're learning the skills, you come away being able to work for this company on this site, and you've got genuine experience and genuine skills which you can take forward in your career. I think university, is a case of the best thing you can do with university is choose a course which gives you practical skills, which again you can take forward and say, I've gained these practical skills and I've gained this industry experience, because those are the things that get you a job, as opposed to necessarily the piece of paper. One thing I would add to that is obviously with an apprenticeship you don't get the same social education at university, you're not away with loads of people, you're not meeting people around the country, you're not having that experience.
Uni's not the be-all and end-all of higher education. You can achieve a degree in another way and it still be just as good.
I think it's a good experience to learn, living by yourself. That's the main thing, a lot of people say. And just being really independent, I'd say.
I'm able to stay at home, which I think was a main factor in why I decided not to go to uni. I mean, I think just moving away is quite a big culture shock. I think I would have been fine with it, but I didn't want to. Why force yourself into doing something that you don't want to do because everyone else is doing it?
I'm not gonna lie, in the first month I was really, really sad to be away from home, and I didn't expect that. So I think sometimes people that expect to be really happy, parents might not be so happy. I don't know, I really miss my family a lot. If you are a person that likes being at home, really think about me from home, I think, because at college and at sixth form, they don't talk about that at all. They're like, oh, you're applying PEs, and everyone's applying to the north or to the south. They're going really far away. And Bath Spa is literally on my doorstep, and I didn't even think about it. I was like, nah, not interested. And actually, I really wish I had thought more about the financial situation and my personal happiness, rather than just, oh, I need to be away from my parents, because parents aren't that bad, they cook for you. When at uni, you really start to appreciate that. I was in a situation where I actually got offered a job of my dreams, and I chose to come to uni instead. So for me, sometimes I think I wish I'd taken that job, especially when I know people that do that job and they're having a great time doing it. Sometimes on social media I see them and I'm like, why didn't I just do that?
My advice to people going to university today would be, really decide what is the career you want. Don't commit to university unless you know the career you want. Okay, don't just go on a whim these days, because that is a big investment for something that might work and might not. Identify what the career that you want, and then really identify the best course for getting that career. And if you do that, then university will pay off for you, either way, whether you know that or not, you're going to go to university, you're going to make loads of great friends, you're going to have an amazing time. It's going to be the best 3 years of your life. So if it's fun you want, that's fine, you'll have that. All right. In terms of your career, just choose your course really wisely. Will this give you the skills? Is there industry experience attached to the course that will help you afterwards? Don't just think about the course, think about the job afterwards, and choose the course, all right, that has the best statistics in terms of students getting employment afterwards. And as long as you do that, you're making a sensible choice. On all counts, in terms of my university experience, I couldn't have asked for more. It was absolutely brilliant. It was the best 3 years of my life.
University isn't going to be for everyone, so I can't tell you if university should be your next step. That is for you to decide.